Honestly, it's been pretty cool. I've people actually a friend of my brother, she hit me up. She was like, "Hey, I saw the podcast, but the visual one."
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's funny because Edith also was saying that she only watches the podcast when it's
When it's visuals.
yeah, it's visuals.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
That's
was
a
like, all
lot of
right,
people though. I feel like that's a general like not even that's just a general thing for people to do. They
yeah,
like they navigate more towards visuals.
sorry. Well, now it's a thing now, so now you can no excuse not to listen to it.
No, listen, not to watch it.
Yes,
No
not to
excuse not
watch it,
to
not to
watch it.
listen to it. That's facts. But we're gonna start off first. Let's start off with a little intro. Little intro.
Let's go. Let's just run with it.
Pretty much. Like my thing is like okay, like if that's how you want to introduce it, like I don't mind, you know, because I'm like maybe my thing is, you know what? Let's start off the show first. All right,
Yeah,
let's start
yeah.
off the show first. Let's get the
Let's
show
go.
first because it's gonna be like too much opinions already. All right, everything sound good? You sound good?
I hear everything
Okay,
perfect.
awesome. So welcome back to the Johnny Ventura Show. Once again, this is the second episode
We loud and clear over here.
for your visuals, loud and clear. This is episode 44 of the Johnny Ventura Show. We are live and in play and in action for the second week in a row. Like I said, once again, be expecting the audio to drop on Tuesdays, visual on Wednesday, and clips Thursday through Saturday to Sunday, depending on how many clips we have. But that's how it's going to keep rolling. Glad you guys can join us. For everyone in the audience, everyone in this room, thank you. We say hi to you. Thank you. Thank you. Live audience. Live audience. All right. Well, let's start off there right now. I think that's a pretty good topic to get into. It'd be the J. Cole one. So, want to start off with
Great
love
topic to
or
start
hate?
with. Either one, dude.
Bad Bunny showed us that we should love conquers all. Love conquers hate, and then Kendrick showed us what hating is. So, which one do you want to start first? Technically,
Let's do hate first.
all right,
You
cool.
always get it.
I'm gonna do hate it. Okay, you know what? Let's hate it.
You always want to get the hate out of the way.
Hate out the way?
You know, and they would love.
Kind of like in relationships, no? You just want to hate it first.
Yeah.
That's not fair. All right. Okay. You want me to go first?
Handles.
Okay. So going with the hate. The famous song "What If," right? I think it's funny. I want to give a compliment, but I'm like, because they say start with love, but now I it's over with the hate. I think it's safe to say he still hasn't moved on from it. I think that's what I got from it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think as much as I know that he said that he's trying to put his best foot forward in the sense of like I'm talking about last year at the famous at the famous Dream, it was at Dreamfest, he said it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where he wanted to bow out because he didn't feel like, the way things were gonna go. He didn't feel it, which I think is fine. In retrospect, right? I'm talking about outside of rapper brain. I'm just talking about as a human being, right? I'm talking
yeah.
that's what I'm trying to analyze it, right? Which is why I guess I didn't like it. Not so much as a rapper because you can address whatever you want. My thing is more like, okay, so you bat out of the battle because you just felt where we're gonna take it is not for me, which is fine. My only thing is if you truly felt that way, then if my opinion personally,
You should have never stepped into it.
yeah, and if that's how you feel, then you should never also have addressed it on the album. My opinion, because if you're at peace, I'm talking about him once again, not the rapper. I'm talking about the human, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you as a human, like at least the way I think is like, all right, like if I'm at peace with something, right? If I'm at peace, I don't need to keep addressing something because I'm already okay. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what his opinion is, her opinion, whoever's opinion is. I'm good with what I did. That's it. I already explained it at Dreamfest. Cool, clean. You can hate it, disagree with it, love it, whatever's, right? Your opinion is your opinion, but I'm cool with it. I'm not addressing it. My main thing, what I've been saying is this is my last album. Well, in theory, last album, because rappers never retire.
Yeah, yeah.
But the fall off, the idea was
I think it's more than the last album. I think it's just the end of a chapter. Like he's
Yeah.
probably gonna still continue.
I'm
drop
pretty sure he still
songs,
is.
but, you know,
Yes.
this is probably the end of the chapter of like that storyline that he had.
Yeah, for sure. And I think maybe he'll probably like here and there he'll do like one or two EPs, but maybe not. He won't. Maybe
He'll probably still drop albums.
maybe, but
Just nothing that's gonna continue with the storyline of just like his life.
yes.
It's gonna be just more probably just music based. Like
Yeah.
just
For
this
sure.
is me. This is where I'm at. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yeah, and in that aspect, I respect him. I think obviously, regardless of what happened, I still think he's one of the greatest ever of this generation. Everyone says always the big three. He's always gonna be the big three.
Yeah.
He might, some of you might be
Out of the generation for sure. Dude.
yeah, and some of you might be he's the bronze because of what happened. Cool, that's fine, but he's still
I still disagree with
you
that.
you still can't. Well, this is what once again
I disagree.
Well,
I get why people say it
yeah,
because of the whole beef, like how everything went down. Kendrick, obviously, like we saw how far he went to the
yeah,
point of like bringing out Serena Williams in last year's Super Bowl show.
yeah. Which that was kind of crazy.
That was I think that was more crazy on her part than
Actually,
his.
pause.
Like I could
Yes.
expect it from him, but from her, I was just like,
Mm,
dude, you're married now. Like, why are
okay,
you
but
bringing that whole thing up?
I'm glad you brought that up. That's kind of what I mean being at peace with something, right? If she
Yeah.
really is at peace, not king on Drake, and people say, "Oh, it's because she's from the West Coast." Like, who cares?
Yeah, she.
I know that's my ex, right?
Yeah,
It's the same
yeah.
shit, bro. Like, why are you? Is supposed to be at peace? You're married, have a new guy. Why are you still talking about me?
That
Like, what
that
the
and
hell?
it's like, why buy into it? You know,
That's a
like
fact.
you know why Kendrick wants you at the show. You don't.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's not like he just
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
you
yeah.
there to like, oh, let me bring out some West Coast people. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's so many people he could have brought out for that. You know,
For sure.
so it's just like you're there for the sole reason of a diss towards Drake, which is fine. But just to get back on the Cole topic, um, I still don't think that he's the third or the bronze or whatever.
Yeah.
I still, this is my opinion.
Gives your opinion.
I still think he's the best.
Okay.
Why? I think lyrically, I think he's unmatched. Obviously, the Drake is always gonna have that blip in his radar with the whole ghostwriting
Yeah.
and all that. So that's always gonna be like, they're always gonna second guess his stuff.
Yeah.
That's never been a thing with Kendrick or Cole.
No.
I've personally always thought J. Cole's a better lyricist. J. Cole's a better artist in theory because just everything he's put out has always been fire to me. There's been a couple things here and there with
Yeah.
Kendrick that I like, even though I think Kendrick might be more artistically like he's
Gifted.
gifted.
Yeah.
I think J. Cole's like the way he delivers, his
Yeah.
delivery has always been better.
I think Kendrick artistically is the better. It was my opinion, right?
They all have their thing.
They all
That's
have
the
their.
crazy shit.
I
Yeah,
think.
they all have their
Yeah,
thing.
I think the reason why they're the big three is because they all overlap, but they're all also very different,
Yeah.
and that's what makes them. They kind of carve their own lanes where they
Yeah.
could all coexist.
Yeah, I agree.
At the end of the day.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And because of the same thing that I said.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick's the most artistically gifted in
Yeah.
terms of like his visuals, everything. Like the way he puts the entire project together is always
Yeah, it's almost like start to finish. Like you're gonna start one way and you're gonna end it even with the way I dress, the album covers, the music videos. Everything has a point, and there's always a reason behind it.
J. Cole, when it comes down to visuals, you could always tell, like, what he's going for based off his music.
Yeah,
And it's visually, it's badass still,
yeah,
but it's not up to par with Kendrick's visuals because like Kendrick's more of a showman in terms of that.
yeah. He is.
Where Drake is on his own lane as well, but he does have visuals too, but at the same time, I think what makes him different is the fact that he's not just a rapper. He can also he also has that softer touch to him
Yeah.
where he could just go out and actually sing,
Well, I think
not just rap.
you brought up the whole lyricist thing, which I guess goes back to the whole Dreamfest thing where I was disappointed in J. Cole because I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Because me personally, maybe at one point did I believe that maybe Drake was the best lyricist or even Kendrick for sure, right? But I in my opinion, as of recently, of those three, I don't think there was a doubt because everyone knows there was a good 2, 3, I would say even 4 or 5 years where every feature that J. Cole, it was like, okay, it's gonna be his song. It happened in 21 Savage with a lot. It happened with
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Purple.
It didn't matter whether he was dropping the song or it was somebody else's song that he was hopping on. He was always like, you always knew, okay, he's the top dog in the
question was Purple Emoji Ty Dolla Signs or was that his
I think
song?
that was Ty's.
And he murdered that.
yeah.
Like what I'm saying, like songs that weren't his. It gave me it gave me like 2011, 2013 Drake. Remember when every hook and like verse was always Drake?
He was on everything.
Legit.
What was that song where Justin Bieber comes out and as performing as Drake essentially?
Yeah.
Like,
Pop star. Yeah.
So even like that, like everybody for the longest time thought that song was about Justin Bieber. And then it's like, oh shit, that's Drake's song?
Yeah.
For that same reason, because even though it was always Drake's song.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was just it gave off that same energy where it's just like it doesn't matter if it was somebody else's song. Cole was still the
he was
Cole was king.
Yeah, there was a good years. That's what I'm supposed to get.
There was no debate.
There was no debate.
Who was better? Yeah.
And I guess not to hate, but I guess it's both of hating and loving it. I do think when I heard this album, lyrically, obviously he hasn't lost it. So so lyrically, I was like, yeah, he's giving me what I want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he hasn't. Now I could argue as an album, was I the biggest fan of this album? Maybe not, in my opinion, because I think he did a great job with this promo. I love the fact that he was driving around in his Now we're kind of getting the good stuff. He's in his Honda 2004. I think that's very on brand with him.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember one time was it for Born Sinner, ironically enough, I was playing it, or 2014 Hills Drive.
Forest Hills, yeah.
He had people pull up to like radio where you can like plug it in. But then once you plugged it in the app disappears. You can never hear the music. But you were able to get a first listen. He's always been super creative with the way he goes about things. I've always loved
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy Cole.
Well, did you see that like in the before he dropped the album? Like, I think it was like a week or two before.
He was handing him out or something, no?
No. He was actually what he was doing is he put out like a I'm not sure if it was on Instagram or where, but on his socials,
Yeah.
he put out like a message where it was just like, "Oh, follow this link and you could listen to 5 songs." It was 5 songs.
Yeah, see, things like that. He's
But
always
look,
been great with that.
but
Always.
the thing was, you know, a lot of people do the whole like, pay me whatever, like pay whatever you want for these songs. You're gonna get all 5.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, you give me $1, you only getting 1 song, and like, nah, it's
Yeah.
just whatever you want. You're gonna get that sneak peek of 5 songs, right?
Yeah.
And I heard about it in Power 106 for the first time
Okay.
about this thing. That's like they were talking about it because you know the host from there, Letty.
Yeah.
She's very very big on Cole. Like she toured with them and stuff.
Okay.
So that's why they brought it up. And I remember listening to it and I was like, oh shit, you can go and do that. But by that point, it was only like by the time I heard it, it was only like a couple of days before he dropped the album. So I was just like, I'm just gonna wait for the album at that
Yeah.
point. But I think that's still pretty cool of him to be like, hey, you know what? Just give me whatever you want. You're still gonna get these 5 songs, and then the rest of the album will come out later.
Yeah.
Type shit. Because to me, it's like it's very on brand for him. It's
Super.
like it's you know
Super on brand.
his thing has always been $1 in a Dream, right?
Legit.
That's been his.
Oh, there you go. Perfect
$1
example.
in a Dream.
That, legit. And you literally had to pay $1 in college.
You could do $1, yeah, $1 in
and that was it.
and then for this, you
Yeah.
you could literally do whatever you want. Dude, there's people
Yeah.
that are I saw like well, not even I see. I heard on the like when they were talking about it on the radio,
Yeah.
I heard them saying that it was like there's people that pay like 11 cents. There's people that pay like a quarter, you know, just it didn't matter to him. It was just
Yeah.
about to get the message
Yeah.
out there more than anything. And to me that's very dope. That like the fact that like everything he does is very on brand.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what billboards call Lamar on the album J. Cole's legacy after the fallout. This is what he said. It's on Billboard. Cole's legacy at the time of what he's billing as the final LP feels unresolved. The biggest question down the road won't be how good J. Cole was, but it's how rap's middle child fared against his longtime rivals and peers. Even when J. Cole tasted victory, Kendrick and Drake reclaimed the crown, reminded him where he stood in rap's hierarchy. This became the story of Cole's career against his lyrical adversaries, always good but never quite great enough. Cole may never win the victory debate, but surviving, thriving, and always staying in the conversation might be even a greater accomplishment.
Hmm. I mean,
I disagree.
I think shots fired.
I think
shots
it
fired.
is shots fired.
I think more than anything, they're going off of again the whole diss.
Yeah, for sure.
Dissing, all the diss tracks, all that, right? That's what they're going off of, and I mean, fair. You know,
I mean,
it's up
yeah.
for I mean, not really up for debate. It's just kind of like everybody's opinion at that point because to me, it still doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you're talking about it. You're trying to make a headline. I feel like that's what that whole thing brings out.
Feels like a headline to you?
It's a headline.
I think
Like,
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he obviously you want the headline.
It's a headline, but also like with some truth behind it because a lot of people are going to see it that way because of the way everything went down last year.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you really think back on it, like and really think of it from like a musical standpoint, there's no denying.
Okay, that's true.
There's no denying talent.
But let's just take everything. Let's just because I people said time. Don't compare Drake with like a Nas, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
You should or a big whatever who you want to pick.
You can't.
You only judge them by their work.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about before. Did I like the album? For sure. Do I think being in a double disc was a mistake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it was too much. And for him, because if I go to his other albums, just off rip, right? Things change all the time. But I wouldn't for sure post this album over 2014 and Born Sinner automatically. That I can think of right now, like Cole,
after listening to this whole album, like and multiple times, dude. Multiple times.
Oh, to the point where
like,
we were crying.
I listened to it multiple times, you know, because especially like at work, you know, you just let it run through to the point where like for I think probably like the first 2-3 days like that I was listening to it, dude. I didn't even know the name of the songs because I was just letting it play through. You know?
That's fair.
And so it's just one of those things where, yeah, after hearing it, digesting it, sitting with it for a little bit, and thinking back to his past work, I still think Forest Hills Drive is still my favorite.
Okay,
Like, and I think just out of all his projects in general, I think Forest Hills Drive is my favorite
so that's the
overall.
best one for you.
And I think a big part of it though has to do with I mean he'll probably do it for this album too
Yeah,
because he's just known to kind of follow those trends, right? And it's like what works for him. And he did something in Forest Hills Drive though. So when he went back to North Carolina for to perform for that
yeah, yeah.
album, he did a live show. And I don't know if you've heard it, it's on Spotify. You can literally hear the whole album as he played it out live.
Okay,
And to me, the crowd reactions, everything like that going on in the show and everything, just kind of
cemented.
amplifies for me
Yeah,
why he's the person he is, you know? Like,
fair.
because everybody there, you're not there for just like a show, like what
Yeah,
he puts out visually and all that. Like, you're there to just listen to him. So, like, his reactions have always been like that. I've heard a couple, like, I've seen a couple videos and things like that of Kendrick shows where reactions aren't necessarily the same. Could be because, he's not in a crowd that generally goes for his type of music or whatever. But again, it just goes back to who everybody's opinion on each rapper themselves.
yeah,
Because I mean, we all know Drake. At the end of the day, he puts out a lot of shows. But what's Drake's backing mostly? Females, right?
yeah,
Hendrick and Cole both have more of a
yeah.
male
Which
fan
which
base.
which I would argue, which is why he was able to survive all of this. Like you said about Back to the Battle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I think because he's predominantly with female, say 60-40 when it happened, right?
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, of course, women like they not like us or whatever is right, or the women that battle, but women don't really care about that. Women want to go to the club, his music.
yeah,
He puts a song with Sexy Red or with SZA, Rich Baby Daddy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go twerk to the song. I don't really give a fuck. Like, no offense, you guys are talking about battles and lyrics. Like, most women don't really care that way. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
no, you have to be like a music head.
Mind you, I'm not saying not all women, right? But for the most part, that's just how it is. So I think that's what's able to keep it afloat. Like, we're still gonna listen to him. Like, that's not gonna change, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what, like, I mean, once again, everyone, I just said that part I do agree with in that statement. They did carve their own lanes, and yeah, they overlap. But at the end of the day, like Cole can be Cole,
Yeah,
Kendrick be Kendrick,
they could be
and
themselves.
Drake can be Drake.
Now, if you ask me, place them in an order. For me, I already said it, dude.
Or Hills Drive for sure, number one.
I think Forest Hills drives the top.
Yeah,
I think Kendrick's Damn album was probably my favorite of his so far. And I just think based on everything, lyrics, his delivery on it, his visuals,
yeah.
I think overall that was by far my favorite project of his. And then, well, Drake, dude, honestly, like, I mean, I told you for the longest time, dude, I was a Drake hater,
He was.
and
He
it was
was. I remember that time.
and it was one of those things where like it's like obviously like
But then what happened? He fell in love, and then he started listening to Drake lyrics a little
nah,
bit.
it's not even
That's what happened.
it's
That's
not
what
even about that.
happened.
It's just simple fact. The simple fact that you start listening to music for what it is, for music, and you start listening to
Yeah.
the songs and all that stuff. And I mean, dude, I could have hated on him, bro. But at the end of the day, like a lot of that, like it was like I was still listening to a lot of his music, especially a
One
lot of
question: do you think his longevity helped you for you to get it? Because you know what?
nah,
No,
nah. I think like looking back on it, I was just being a hater. Like
that's fair. That's
it wasn't
fair.
even like I really disliked the guy. It was
Yeah,
just more like, oh, let me hate just to hate.
that's fair. Well, I
But
mean, only that because when someone like, let's say, like in any sport, let's say like a Brady or even Ronaldo or Messi,
yeah, yeah.
they're not even that good. People back then were better than them, right? They keep making the argument. But as they keep lashing, you're kind of like, hey, dude, this has been here for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me actually
Yeah,
listen to him.
let me actually
Yeah.
see why he's so good. Because I kind of like LeBron in basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
Because LeBron, I
Oh,
don't think.
see, but that thing with I think it depends, bro, because it depends on like what you like, right?
Yeah,
Like for me, when it comes to soccer, that was like my first love,
yeah,
sports wise, right? Like, so it's like you look at the players. Bro, I remember Maldini. I remember freaking Makalele. I remember like all these older stars
yeah,
before even the Ronaldo, the Ronaldinho,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Zidane. And to me, that's our generation. That's what I grew up with.
You know,
Zidane,
what I feel like right
Sisu,
now.
Ronaldo, like
I feel like Kevin Hart in that one clip. Damn,
dang, yeah, no, for real, for real. Like you said, hey, show me your age, bro. Tell me how old you really are. Uh,
Oh, hold on,
but
we
it's the
gotta
truth.
play.
Like that was the age group we grew up with, right? The Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Nazario, Figo, Zidane, Beckham. Like that's what I remember, right? That's what I
Yeah,
saw as a kid. And then obviously, you kind of grow with the Messis, the Ronaldo, Neymar, and all those guys, right?
yeah. What the hell? Did it's not really
Damn.
connected. It's just keep going. Not
Um,
connected, bitch.
and that's just kind of what it is. But it's like even then, dude. Like growing up watching them play, I was never a Messi hater. He played for Barca, but I never hated him. You know, there's other players that, dude, I could not stand. Even no matter what team they were on, I couldn't stand them. You know,
No, legit. This is how I felt. When you said the whole. We were saying Sisu and all them.
talking about aging yourself.
Yeah, I was like,
56 years old.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And me, you know, I'm 56.
You're talking. I was like, damn.
You know, that's not how I meant it. That's not how I meant it.
Well, no, I know you're saying like older generation, newer generation, like, but like you said, like if you just compare them to their own era, right? So J. Cole for you, this album would be in the third.
The third position. I think Forest Hills Drive is by far second. I mean, first overall for me.
Okay.
Why? Because I just think it's the one where he came, like, we had already seen a little bit of Cole before that,
Yeah.
but Forest Hills Drive just like showed us Cole. This is Cole. You know, this is me. This
Yeah.
is it introduces to Jermaine, not J. Cole.
Okay.
Jermaine. And it's just one of those things where,
Well, if you guys haven't heard the album, listen to it for
Yeah,
sure.
go
I
listen to it
definitely
for
think,
sure.
and I think even if you're a casual fan, I would still say check it out. I think it's a great, it's a good project. Like I said, it's a good project. Shout out to J. Cole.
yeah, 100%.
I'm looking to see his next whatever that is. He moves on from music if he says he is.
Well, no, what he said,
or whatever
what
he
he
is.
said he's gonna do, he's gonna go into producing. So he wants to be more in the booth now.
Ooh.
As
And
opposed
J.
to-
Cole, I might see you, so I might pull up. I might do an interview. Who knows? Because I'm the J. Cole. He just announced a tour.
Oh yeah, he did.
He did, and I'm
did.
definitely gonna try to go. It's in July here
Speaking of
in
tours,
LA.
you know what else is in July? What is that, dude? July 18th.
What the hell, dude? I'm not going to that.
Yeah.
Actually, don't I get any songs? Well, I'm not Mexican. There you know. If it's not TikTok, it's not. Oh, Me Jalo, the
you
one
know,
that when
you
they
know
do.
who Fuerza Regida is, right? J.O.P.
Yeah.
They announced that they're gonna be at Dodger Stadium.
The Dodger Stadium, I just said.
Yeah.
Edith's friend told me.
So
He's gonna be in the podcast too soon. Okay.
if you're going to J. Cole, I might have to pull up with you on that one too, dude.
No,
J.
I'm
Cole,
down. You down?
I still haven't seen him live.
I haven't seen him live
so
either.
down.
I haven't.
I'm
But
so
it's one in SoFi. There's one in the crypto, and there's another. He's doing 3 here.
He's doing 3. Yeah. I seen that.
And there's one in San Diego. I think he's doing.
I think he's doing one in Vegas too.
Vegas.
I
You
think
just
so.
want to go to Vegas, huh?
No, that's Allegiant Stadium, dude. No.
Okay.
But I'm saying if he's doing that one too, we might have to just.
Well, I'm
we might
going.
have to make some travel plans.
I'm
and
down.
go
Well,
over
I'm going in March.
because my brother's a big ass J. Cole fan too, Hugo. You know he
Okay.
lives out there too. It just might be.
Let me do the dates. Okay.
Yeah, because I think I saw Allegiant Stadium on there.
Really?
If not, shit, we're definitely pulling up to the
Well, right now, I mean, after this topic,
one of the ones here. For
we're gonna
sure.
talk about the old guys. Maybe, I mind you, not that old, but we're gonna have to talk about them.
No. That's not old. That's our era of them.
We think
That's the era we were listening to when we were like young bucks.
Yeah, because I was more in adult life when I started listening to Drake, J. Cole. I mean, it was still high school,
Even,
but it was more like
Going into your adult life.
yeah, pretty much. Okay, hold up. Let me see the tour. I know I had the tour somewhere here.
Now we could just chop it up about it like afterwards.
Okay, I got you.
Going because now I want to feel you can hit that Kevin Hart note again.
You gonna feel old again?
Because we're about to fucking age ourselves bad right now.
Not that bad, are we? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about the tour later. But obviously,
the only one that keeps us young right there is Rick Ross, bro. Freaking Lil Wayne and T.I. definitely age us.
okay. So for some reason, there's been the thing that's like let's just shit on Lil Wayne, which has been going for a while now. I don't know what the fuck happened. You know,
I think it started last year.
yeah,
Going back to Kendrick again.
yeah, but you know what's crazy? You know what Lil Wayne reminds me of right now? And I'll play the clip, right? Lil Wayne reminds me of Kobe. And you guys are thinking, what do you mean by that? I don't like Lil Wayne is still alive. I guess the only difference is Lil Wayne's alive. Rest in peace, Kobe. Lil Wayne's alive, but you see this weird like hatred of like trying to like diminish what he did, that he wasn't on everybody's top 5 at one point, still is for many of us. I think a lot of people from New York is the one that hate on him, to be quite honest with you. Because all on New York podcasts, they always talk a certain way about him. Maybe because the whole Jay-Z thing, because they didn't really fuck with each other. Maybe now with the whole
I
Drake,
think the whole
Jay-Z thing, yeah.
the whole Drake, Jay-Z,
Nicki, and all that too.
Drake,
Doesn't like Jay-Z.
Drake, Kendrick, all
Yeah.
that.
If
I
you
think
know,
all of it. I mean,
yeah.
it just goes back to like I think trying to undermine his work, which
yes.
dude, like his work speaks for himself. Like
This is my thing. I think just how like no one said anything bad about Kobe, but then all of a sudden it was like he died, and then everyone decided to give an opinion on how he wasn't even that great, et cetera, watch how this is gonna be the same shit with Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne to me is by far, even though he wasn't like my personal like up there because I like different music, but still like you can't take away what he did, and for them to just do him the way they're doing him now, where I'm like, okay, like how does it make any sense? Like it takes for him to die to be like, oh, Lil Wayne was the greatest. Like I'm seeing everybody online the way y'all are talking about him, and it just reminds me how you guys talked about Kobe recently, right now that he's dead. But when he was alive, you never talked about him this way. I guess only difference that Lil Wayne, at least he is alive for you to tell him this. But I just think it's crazy because when he was on top, and I'm talking about from having little baby, little Gucci pump, whatever, all these names face tatted, and I'm just saying that's not all Wayne did, because it wasn't just about the face tats and like the drugs and all that. Because at the end of the day, Wayne is a lyricist, and he was, like I said, a milli is just a fucking freestyle that he went off on. So it's just how it is.
You know what? Lil Wayne was probably not one of the greatest of all time for the simple fact that he was not only a lyricist, he was also a performer.
Yeah, facts.
So his performances were always top notch.
So it all started first. T.I. has been trying to battle. So you know the versus thing, right?
Well, T.I. is trying to come back.
Well, true.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, T.I., if you really go back and listen to his old work, like he was really good. I think he was one of the best at his point. Like
well, for a while, people argued he was the king of the South.
Yeah, but
it was when he was there.
But this is my thing. That was more of a self-given title than just something people would say, and it's something that people ran with after he started saying it. Because
now, granted, watch this. I don't want to shit on Lil Wayne, but tell me if that's the argument. Lil Wayne was calling him the best rapper alive, even the song "Best Rapper Alive" before he was. I think some of that is okay though. I mean, you have to be braggadocious.
You have to believe yourself.
You have to believe yourself for sure.
Yeah. If you don't have your own back, who else is gonna have your back? You know. So
I wasn't mad at that.
No, me neither. Like, granted, he probably was. You know, because at the time, who was really like battling against T.I. at the time? Well, actually, no. You could battle that with.
I mean,
you could battle right off the bat. You could battle that with debate that with Lil Wayne because he's from the South too.
That's true too.
So.
And it's the thing. Sorry to cut you off. Because the thing with Lil Wayne, I'm like, dude, it's not just Lil Wayne. He was in Hot Boys. Like, Wayne has been around too long and been fire since he was like, what, 16, 15, 17?
He was like 15 years old.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't know the disrespect where I'm like, bro, like.
Again, hit that Kevin Hart note again.
Damn. Hold on, let me get you. I got you. It's true though. I mean, are we really showing our age? Yeah, we are showing.
Yeah, well, big time, dude.
Especially how passionate we are about it. Like, dude,
like,
how old are you, dude?
So you guys were around during that time.
Oh, what the hell? Is this happening again, dude?
It did, but you know, I mean, going back to the topic, like I think it's one of those things that for sure we definitely have to believe that, like, even though it was a self-given title, I mean, there's some truth to it because nobody was really battling against him at the time. And again, right now, I think T.I. is doing that. Like, he's trying to like show up all these verses and all that because he's trying to make a name for himself again. And it's crazy to say that he has to make a name for himself again. But you know what I think?
That is crazy.
Like push them away from that. I think it had a lot to do with when he started doing his show, though. His show. T.I. and Tiny.
Oh, yeah.
Like when he started doing the show with like his kids.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Lil Wayne. I was confused. Oh,
T.I.
Yeah, I got you.
When he started doing his show, I think that pushed him like further away from the music and more so into just entertainment than anything else.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of people forget about the old music that he had, you know?
Sorry, okay. I was just trying to fix this up. I don't want to do this again.
No,
Dead ass. But obviously, when you're talking about the T.I., well, T.I., like I was trying to put context, since COVID, you know, the whole versus thing happened.
Yeah.
He was trying to battle 50 Cent. That kind of died down. 50's like, I'm not doing that with you, right?
Well, it's because, that's the difference, dude. 50 Cent never, I mean, he stepped away from music. He became more of a producer. But even then, he never fully stepped away from music. T.I. took a leave of absence for years.
Well, now he's a comedian. I don't know if you saw that. He did a stand-up.
No.
He did.
Hey, don't disrespect real comedians like that, dude.
No, but he did. He
did a stand-up show. He's not a comedian.
Okay, bro, sorry.
You're telling me I do a tattoo on you. I'm a tattoo artist now. No, fuck no, dude. I just tattooed him.
Well, I mean,
I tattooed my friend while he was drunk, probably.
True, but I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Nah, dude, he should stick to his lane and continue trying to go back to music because that wasn't it, bro.
Yeah,
realistically speaking. Now, if we go back to just his music alone, T.I. is one of the better rappers. I don't want to say best. Okay, or maybe I'll say this: best of his time, because at the time there really wasn't.
Well, no,
people that
look,
were like,
look, I'll be honest. If you say a top 50, right? If it's a top 100, top
"Put
50,
that top 50, that's wild.
I think he's 50. I think he's in the 50.
He's
I
in
think
the-
I think he's low in the 50s. Like,
Nah, I think he gets in the like 40, 50.
40 to 50.
40, 50.
40 to
yeah.
50, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, we're old.
Yeah.
Okay.
40,
So
50 for
from
sure.
that, it became a big ass thing, right? A big ass thing. And I was like, all right, whatever, South, Wayne. But then, shout out to Rory, shout out to Mal from New York. Then he decided, but mind you, I don't think I've ever seen anybody love, if you've seen the show Rory and Mal, Mal loves Rick Ross the way you love your mom. Like, no joke. Like, no joke. Like, it's something where I'm like, bro, like, I wish like my partner in life defends me the way Mal defends Rick Ross. Like, he has him in this pedestal,
Okay.
which is crazy.
All right,
But hold on.
hold on. Before you play the clip,
Uh-huh.
because obviously we're gonna know. I just want to have like pre-existing knowledge of where you hold them at.
Okay.
Where do you put Rick Ross? If we're talking about the top 50.
Honestly, I do take him over T.I. Even though commercially T.I. is way bigger than Rick Ross, and I would argue he has bigger records. But I think his argument I do understand. I just think his argument falls apart with Lil Wayne, but he does make better albums. He does, and his songs that like hit, they sound great. Like he like production wise, I don't think I've ever heard a bad Rick Ross beat or production. Swear to God.
Okay.
And that's one thing I will always give him credit for.
The reason I ask is because to me, Rick Ross is below both these guys.
Oh, for sure.
And this is my thing. Even then I'll tell you this. I don't even know his like name of his songs really. But then I'm not a Rick Ross guy either.
That's
You get me?
fair.
So it's just like I know lines. I mean obviously he's known for the you know.
For sure.
But it's like other than that, like I don't really know too many. Of his
Question,
songs.
but you never listened to like Teflon Don?
That's what I'm saying. I could hear the song, I could hear the music and be like, oh shit, that's dope, and
Yeah.
I'll remember what it is.
Okay.
But I can't name you.
Oh,
like,
okay.
stop,
Okay.
stop,
Fair.
Rick.
Okay.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
okay, gotcha. So in
But
this
to
topic,
me-
I guess I'll go a little more off because I do know all three, and that's why I still feel the disrespect.
That's why I even told you like, it's like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
wanna go- If you want to go off of like the verses between Lil Wayne and T.I., cool, I'm with it. I'm showing my age, but
Yeah.
with it, you know,
This one was crazy. Yeah, you're right.
Rick Ross is a little bit more like after them too.
Yeah.
So it's obviously going to be a little bit more fresh in people's minds.
Yeah.
You know?
They preface this by saying Lil Wayne versus Rick Ross, no mixtapes.
Okay.
Which I get it because to me, if you're going mixtapes, Lil Wayne's the greatest.
well,
the greatest. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not even
yeah,
close. But
yeah.
this is what he said. Good. What that now was his own.
He'll put on a better show than Wayne.
Rose is in my top 5. Wayne is not.
Now, if you want to say Wayne is a better rapper, Ross, that's up to you, the type of rap you like. I'm talking about if I go to somebody's show and they have their DJ behind them and they just playing their records, Ross has a better show because he has better music.
If you just play music back and forth, I think Wayne beats.
Rose versus Wayne in the verses. Wayne wins.
Ross has better music than Wayne, bro. Music. I'm not saying who raps better. That's another discussion. I'm saying music. Let's put their music on. Ross has better music on.
And when I saw this, I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, if that's how we're playing, cool. I got you then. I got something for your ass. Because mind you, he brought it up. He didn't say personally. He said objectively, right?
Yeah.
Which is cool. I'm never mad at that, right? Because everyone has their own opinion. But since we're not talking about facts, watch this. Look at Lil Wayne's top hits. I got you. Here we go. Rick Ross, mind you, the guy who's beefing with Drake. Y'all think, oh, it's talking about Drake again. No, I'm just telling you how some of y'all are whack as fuck. Rick Ross has had 56 songs chart in the top 100. 0 of them have been number 1 hits. He's had 3 top 10 hits. Those songs are Lemon Pepper Freestyle featuring Drake, Money in the Grave featuring Drake, I'm on One featuring
Everybody else.
Drake, Lil Wayne, and DJ Khaled. I mean, DJ Khaled's not really the song, but actually that song's Trust Issues. You know that, right? That's Drake's song, but he just gave it to him.
Yeah.
He talked about that before. Okay, cool. That's Rick Ross. So mind you, once again for the audience, 3 songs that hit in the top 10, on them Drake features. Not that he should feel bad. There's a lot of artists like that. No offense. But to him, to make that argument against Lil Wayne, 56 songs have charted in the top 100 and no number 1 hits. All right, now let's go to Wayne. Wayne, Mr. Carter, he's had 3 number 1 hits. 195 songs chart in the top 100. Once again, you say, "Oh, we don't care about numbers, hits."
Yeah.
You said the DJ, you said the performer, and pay the hits, right?
Yeah.
So don't give me it can't. No, that's you're talking about the audience now. You're not talking about albums. You said DJ and play your records. Okay, cool. Once again, Lil Wayne has 3 #1 hits, 195 songs that charted in the top 100, and in the top 10, he has 26. Just to give you a taste of what those songs might be. You know what? I'll be even better. Just make it a little faster. He has 3 #1 hits, right? I'm the one with Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper. You know the song with DJ Khaled. That's one. Down with Jay Sean. I remember that song, by the way.
Dude,
I'm so old.
that one shows
that came out in
if that
2009.
doesn't show our age.
I was in high school. That's crazy. And then Lollipop.
Bro, no. You said you were in high school. I was in high school during that song.
No, I wasn't in high school, but I was a 9th grader.
I was still a senior. Does that show your age?
And then Lollipop. Mind you, obviously he does have top 10 hits with Drake because I know that he does. But what I'm saying is, let's just say his
music alone.
Yeah, like take away Drake. Obviously they have hits together. That's a fact. But you have a Lollipop, Down, and I'm the One. So stop. And I don't know what this weird shit is with Wayne and the disrespect that it comes from New York. Like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing. Once he dies, be like, oh my god, he's a legend. Kiss my ass.
I think you hit it on the right on the head with what you said earlier. I think it goes back to Jay. Why?
It does.
Why? Because they've always had their beef, you know?
For sure.
And it's just one of those things that it's like, I mean, dude, think about it. It goes back to, like I said, it goes back to last year's Super Bowl. Why, if it's in Louisiana, why is Kendrick the one chosen to do that?
I'm just saying.
That should have been Lil Wayne, dude. As the moment it came out, oh, it's gonna be in Louisiana.
Yeah,
bro. Everybody right off the bat, you think, oh shit, Lil Wayne. Now, if you could even play it out as in a place here in L.A. You got so many people you can pick from.
Yes.
Like it's not a joke. Like you could even go to like bottom tier people, and you still have more people to pick from than you do from Louisiana. So it made absolutely no sense that the fact that like the Super Bowl was in Louisiana and they still didn't pick Lil Wayne. And mind you, it's not like he doesn't put a performance, dude. He puts on performances.
That's what I'm saying.
And the features that he could have brought out too is also great.
I think the only time, I mean, it sucks to say this, but the only time Wayne had bad performances when he was like really, really dealing with the whole like codeine thing. During that time,
pero quién no off drugs?
No, I know,
Like
but
that.
let's say like during that time, right? But then I mean, Rick Ross is in that case because Rick Ross said how a girl had to wipe his ass because he shitted himself how bad many drugs he was doing. You can look it up. That actually happened. Actually like that. I like the story. I'm saying like I like the fact that he was vulnerable and actually read up how like you should not.
Let it out.
Like you shouldn't be dealing with those type of drugs. I think that was on Port of Miami too. And when he talked about that one, or Deeper Than Rap, I don't remember. But either ways, I just feel Wayne is in a certain discussion. He should be respected as such.
Yep.
Regardless of like we're talking about the big three of Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole, if they make that top 10. I don't see Lil Wayne ever in my life. Not because, like you said, showing my age. It's not that. I just don't think there's no list where I could take seriously and Wayne not be in the top 10.
Yeah.
If you want to move him down because whatever is, let's say low 10 or 9, that's fine, right?
Agreed.
But what I'm saying is, objectively speaking, just like on the top of my head, right? And honestly, I would argue you shouldn't even put Biggie and Pac, but that's a whole different argument. People get sensitive when you say that because of their deaths. But let's just say you put them in there, right?
I mean, it's because it all depends on what you go to. If you go longevity,
no, everything. To me,
you have to put them on there. Because,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Look, Biggie and Pac were fucking great. They're amazing. They're amazing. Like, you know, their body of work and the amount of time that they were out is amazing.
Yeah.
Which that's why like you can't take them out of the top 10 either. But to have Lil Wayne anywhere below the top 10 is insane too. Because just his entire body of work, dude. I could like every single Mr. Carter, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it's his body of work.
What I'm saying, album wise, 2 classics for sure, which is Carter 2, Carter 3. Carter 4, some people argue it, but let's say it's not definitive, but for sure 2. Mixtapes.
Carter 4, I think he tried to push the limits a little bit.
Well, Carter 4 also was, but honestly, Carter 4, it was the one where he came out of jail, which is rapping. That was part of 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm like, bro, you were in there going ham, right? Mixtapes, we already said it. He's the greatest mixtape artist. If you're gonna go by that, so he has that. Then he has the hit records. Then he also sold. So what?
But like, that's why we're talking about like his body of work entirely.
Yeah,
there's no way you can't.
You can put him top 10. That's what I'm saying. Like I understand if you say like even though in lyricist I was arguing,
he's still a lyricist.
That's what I'm saying. So like in every category he hit the notches. How the fuck is he not top 10?
If we were talking about like, you know, previously we were talking about J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake.
Yeah.
J. Cole, obviously lyricist. Kendrick, kind of a little bit of both. Drake, not so much lyricist because he had the Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, you know, he's a performer. Lil Wayne
Still
scratches off
every box.
every single box.
Like, you know how many,
So-
you should be grateful when you check every box? It's almost like asking a basketball player, like, use Kobe the example, right? Oh yeah, he plays defense, he's good at free throws, 3-pointers, mid-range is great. Also can post up and can also
like
and you're like, oh
you
no,
know-
not top 10.
you
Who
know-
the fuck says that?
you know how I feel about M.
Yes.
To me, he's untouched, right?
Yeah.
I put Wayne over M. Why?
Oh, if you're taking
And-
everything.
Oh yeah, overall.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because M best lyricist I've ever heard.
Yeah, okay.
The things he could do with on the spot is
Yeah,
insane.
even when he says like, oh, people say you can't write words with orange, he'll find a way to rhyme words
Yeah,
with orange.
he's like he'll create the word, or not
Yeah.
even just that, but just like make it sound like
Yeah.
you can't even question it.
Yeah,
You know, realistically, you look back and think on it, you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like it's just like you can't even question it. But realistically, M's
Mhm.
not a performer.
It's
Visually, he's not the best with visuals either. Why?
No.
His visuals aren't really a storytelling or just like graphics, anything like that. No, his visuals are more like just
I would,
to
you know what's
mess
funny?
around,
I would
dude.
argue he was introspective in the first Slim Shady LP.
Yeah.
and Marshall Mathers.
yeah.
Other than those two albums,
He hasn't really been
I
like
agree
that.
with everything you just
He
said.
hasn't been like that.
Yeah, he has.
So if we're going off of entire
Bodies of work. Yeah, I agree with
entire
you.
body of work, he doesn't scratch off every box.
Yeah. Well, he does, but not as much as Lil Wayne in
No,
comparison.
he doesn't because performance. I think more so now he's not that he's a bad performer. No, but it's just like his body of work speaks more on his lyricism.
Yeah, and also too. I mean, we talk about hits. Once again, that's what we're talking about.
And he
has hits.
He has hits.
No, he has hits for sure.
Even,
he does.
Even when he was on one, like
Yeah.
he still has hits.
No, he
Yeah.
does. That's the one thing I would say. Like, obviously, he does have his hits. Me personally, because we're talking about the artistic side. Once again, LP and the Marshall Mathers, right? I for sure like Stan, obviously like same shit, all those, right? My only thing with him became like once he got that niche of like the girl feature, which is Rihanna for a lot of times, or whoever it was, that was always the song for each album. It was just like, all right, I'm gonna do that, right?
Yeah, you look forward to that.
That was always a
Who's the
record.
girl feature. Okay,
Yeah, that's
the
how it
song
was.
you need to listen to.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that take, and I think that's not a bad one.
So going
back to the beginning,
going back to
which
the
was-
original topic.
Don't ever disrespect Wayne and don't
Yeah.
put him in categories like that ever again.
Man, put some respect on
Once
that,
again,
man.
I don't mind putting him in a versus. Just put him with the right person. I'm not here saying like Wayne.
Yeah,
no
and
no
that's
one can
not-
touch Wayne,
and
but
no
don't put him next to
disrespect-
T.I. or fucking Rick
no
Ross.
disrespect to either of them either.
Yeah,
but
facts.
They're not on his level. If you're gonna put him into a body work, honestly, you
Rick
could-
Ross, you want to do a versus? Do it with Game. Do it with Game. Because you
wanna- you
can't
wanna
tell
do
me
it-
he makes better music than in the Game.
No, I don't think so. And honestly, that's probably more his lane.
Yeah. And
Realistically.
speaking of Lil Wayne, be careful when he plays a record like My Life. Good luck with that one.
Dude, no. It's insane.
Sing.
It's insane to
Like-
think of the body of work that he has, and to still be questioning whether he should be in the top 10 or not,
Yeah.
or whether he should be on a versus battle with Rick Ross, with the likes of Rick Ross and Ti.
Yeah.
Respectfully to both of them,
Yeah.
because like I mean they're both still artists. You know, you got to do something to be able to make it there to have your music.
And also Rick Ross, I remember when too. The records you play, be careful the ones that have Lil Wayne on them, like Pop That.
Bro, no,
So that's what I'm saying. I don't have trouble.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you really look at it, I think a lot of the time you could go off of like who's a better artist based on what they could do on their own. And if we're speaking to versus on that level, what Lil Wayne's body of work speaks higher than T.I.'s, higher than Rick
Yeah.
Ross. T.I. speaks higher than Rick Ross, bro. If we're
Yeah.
talking about like just body of work on what he's done on his
Yeah,
own,
for sure.
it speaks higher than Rick's.
You know what? I'll use your point too. Just how we said earlier, J. Cole and the features. That was a thing for a while. I told
Yeah.
you from 2011 to 2013,
And mind
2014.
you, it was when it comes down to features for him,
Yeah.
it was always features that like where he would be the one to come out and help out, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't features that like, oh, I'm featuring somebody on my album.
Yeah.
It was more so like features that he was doing for other people.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. So let's say like you said J. Cole, right? J. Cole's a certain thing, right?
Yeah.
J. Cole was a thing where he was the feature and he would kill it. I could definitely remember Jake was during 2011 to 2013, 2014, where it was like he was so high that you had to get on every song. That was Wayne. That's not my opinion. That was Wayne.
Yeah.
Like Wayne, that was the thing where like he had to be the one to be the guy you always went for the feature on.
Yeah.
So now after all that, you're just gonna make it seem like, oh, he's like whatever. That's not how that works. It's not how that works.
Yeah.
So at that point, I think, yeah. I mean, look, to close it out, just don't disrespect Wayne like that. I don't think.
Don't.
I
It's,
don't
it's
think
messed
you
up.
should.
It's messed up to even try to disrespect him like that.
Well, no, yeah. Puta, me cayó el teléfono. No, I mean, guess well,
Bottom line, you can't compare Wayne to Rick Ross and T.I.
once again, you can compare rappers all the time. Just make sure they're in the right categories, it's like players.
No, you can't compare them. Not those three.
That's facts. All right. Now going back to race, since last week we talked. Man, look, I'm not saying this podcast is gonna be like the racism. Will never have a problem talking about it for sure. But I also don't want it to be the thing like, oh, just anything race. But for some reason, we had the Super Bowl people being racist, white people, black people, and now we have in soccer. I'm gonna say football. Mind you guys can be in Spanish because I can't say soccer. It's to me it's stupid. So in football, el partido de Real Madrid contra Benfica, it was Vinicius scores a goal, celebrates, gets the crowd kind of riled up, then players get into it. Normal shit, right? Normal shit. I think that happens in many games, right?
Nah.
Well, no. Let me provide the context.
If you're talking about
Yeah. So he scored.
He's always going to be that. He's always going to be known as a little bit controversial. Why? Because he's known to entice the crowd.
Yeah. So he was doing that. Crowd got into it, but that wasn't that so much, and the players got into it. And yeah, they were going back and forth, a whole bunch of stuff, right? Cool. So he scores from one side. Obviously, you played soccer before. He's on one side. He's walking back. He's getting it with what's his name?
Gianluca
Bastiani, who was Argentinian.
He's Argentinian, yes, sir.
You know, if you guys know about this context of this podcast, I already talked about how Argentinians were being racist towards the French players with the song when they won the Copa America against Colombia. The last one they were singing it. It was on IG. It was live video. So that Enzo Fernandez had to come out and apologize for being racist with the song. Cool.
Yeah.
Why did I bring that up? It was like, well, Giovanni, you know what? Well, then like all Argentinians are like that, even though they were all singing it. So common sense would tell you. Well, this guy, Argentinian player, they were going back and forth. Mind you, se están puteando. Vinicius not really reacting because, you know, like, hijo de tu puta madre, you tell me whatever you want to tell me, bobo, whatever words, right? We're going back and forth. And one moment, you see
Bastiani.
Yeah, Cristiani do this. He does this. And then he says something. And when he says something, Vinicius hauls ass. Like he hauls ass. He hauls ass towards the ref.
Yeah.
And like something's up. And then before this is why I guarantee you he said it. Before the ref says anything, Cristiani puts his hands up. He's complaining already. He's like, why are you complaining? Because you know what you said. And also Mbappe points at him. Ay, puta, te agarramos type shit, right? And he says he called me mono. Who's like, who? He's like, the guy over there called me mono. And then it's the game delayed for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Vinicius
So
like
the ref goes up and he signals with his hand.
the sign,
X.
yeah.
The X is basically now has been introduced into soccer or football.
Yeah.
To signal a time stoppage because of racial issues.
It's called the racism protocol. That's what it's called. Yeah.
So then goes into the racism protocol, is investigated for 10 minutes. So in those 10 minutes, the ref goes over to VAR. He's trying to look at from every possible angle that they have on it, trying to see if they capture the moment when the Argentinian player says the racial slurs. Clearly, because he covered his mouth, there's no angle where you could actually see it. You just see them obviously having their little back and forth, and then he covers his mouth. You can't see anything anymore. So game continues. To me, I think the way it was handled, the way FIFA handles that even now, or UEFA in this case handles it, is poor. Because there's got to be a protocol where it's taken more, like maybe it'd be a little bit more aggressive towards it, because it's something though that it's something that like now obviously because of like social media and everything, it gets a lot more eyes into it.
Yeah,
but it's still not fair, dude. It stops the game from like being like the beautiful game. It stops it from being that, that, you know, like it turns it into a race thing. And it's just one of those things where like, yes, it's unfortunate that it got brought out to light again in such a big tournament, like the Champions League is. And And to me, if you have to cover your mouth to say something, to speak,
Yeah.
you're clearly saying
Well,
something.
dude, common
don't
sense. The whole time, nos estamos puteando. The
Yeah.
whole time.
And
Right? If I'm doing
Shut
this the whole
down.
time, yeah, I'm telling you, hijo de tu puta madre,
and
whatever,
mind you,
right?
a lot of players do.
Yeah, they do. They cover their
even when
mouth.
they're having a normal conversation, they cover their mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
Why? Because hey, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Whatever. You don't want it to be seen. But if you're having a conversation like
Legit.
this,
Legit.
normal,
Yeah.
and at any point he says something, right? And then my response is, well, blah, 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 whatever it may be,
Yeah.
dude, you clearly you're guilty of something.
Yeah,
You said something so fucked up that you felt you had to cover your mouth in order to do it. So it's just, I don't know, the way I see it is just like, it's just sad to see that it's still happening at the level that it's happening at.
Well, look, I'll say this, and I'll put it the best way possible. To me, people say, oh, well, obviously I'm going to play the clips of Mbappe and all that, more evidence, right? But to me, it's obvious as fuck. To me, that he said it. One, because it's a culture thing. I've seen how you guys move with songs against the French players when the Copa America has nothing to do with them, but you go out of your way to be racist towards them when they have them in the competition. It wasn't even the Mundial. It was the Copa America, which was 2 years after the fact, and you do out of your way. How do I know you said that? Because throughout the whole time, you never once put everything over your mouth. All of a sudden that happens, and one, not only did you legit put your shirt over your mouth and call him mono, but what I knew you was a real bitch for doing it is that after that happened and after the whole VAR incident and after they went replaying the game, Mbappe goes up to you and calls you a puto racista 5 times or like 6 times to your face, and you don't do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if someone calls me racist, that's not something I want on my jacket, and I would definitely argue against it. And if I know Vinicius is lying, as soon as he runs to the ref to say, "El me llamo mono," I go next to him. That fool's fucking lying. I never said that. But he didn't do that. He didn't go to defend himself the first time. And when Mbappe was cussing in his face, telling him puto racista, he never once reacted. Why? Because you know what you did? You got caught red-handed.
Yeah.
It's just common sense to me at that point.
Yeah,
I don't-
at that point, you didn't think it was gonna go further. You didn't think
Exactly.
Vinicius was gonna go
and say it.
report it, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, at that point, you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh,
Like, now we got
And his face too, his eyes were like super like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like I was de liar.
and to be honest with you, dude, after if you want to play the clip first,
Yeah.
so we could just hear
Well, mind you, and once again,
what
we'll
Mbappe
talk
says
about
it.
once again, and a little bit of analysis because obviously this took over the game and it sucks, but it did. Real Madrid, their best game I've seen all year.
Yeah, probably.
By far.
Probably. I mean, I didn't see it's during the week. I didn't see it because of work.
Yeah, I did.
Like I look back and I watch it. I watch the clips or I'll watch the extended highlights and all that to try to see like gauge, because now with the way everything could get cut and so fast, you could actually see play by play, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like I went back and I saw the extended highlights, and dude, Real Madrid was probably playing the best football they played all year.
Legit.
Which to me was I think it was a statement based off of their last performance, their last outing against Benfica themselves
and they lost.
When they lost, you know, was it 4-2 or 4-1?
4-2.
So it's just, and mind you, the goalie came up and scored in that game. So it's like you come out, you know, trying to prove something, which I think they were. That's exactly what they were doing. Now, after the goal, everything went downhill as we saw. That's when everything happens with the racial slurs and everything. The game gets stopped.
And obviously
now,
that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, so
but obviously just analysis was that.
Yeah, exactly. So
They did
now
play
here's a clip of Kylian Mbappe speaking about how he felt
Well, this is
from his
mind
point
you.
of view.
I'm gonna start telling you everything post because also
Yeah, yeah.
Vinicius did post on his Instagram. I posted on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. You guys already know Ventura Giovanni. He posted like just he's a coward because he had the audacity to do that, not do it.
And not own up to it.
when it
Not own
mattered.
up
Yeah,
to it.
exactly.
That's the thing.
And we're also gonna talk about the other people from once again South America, right? On Argentinian show and what they were saying. 4-2.
Yeah.
4-2, just a bit context. Okay, so this is what Mbappé said after the game.
De sus colores. Y después hay el número 25 de Benfica, no quiero decir su nombre, no lo merece, que empezó a hablar mal. También no se acepta, pero ha pasado en el fútbol y pasará. Pero después ha metido su camiseta aquí para decir que Vini es un mono 5 veces. Yo lo escucho. Hay jugadores que lo han escuchado de Benfica también. Y después de este punto ha empezado todo lo que ha visto. Por eso que hay que explicar tranquilo, pero yo no quiero hablar de manera general, como lo ha dicho, porque yo he venido en Portugal muchas veces. Yo he tenido la suerte de tener muchos compañeros, muchos amigos de Portugal. Nunca me ha pasado nada.
So because of that, after the whole big ruckus, then we got two different sides, right? From the media.
Yeah,
Because it started with Mbappe explaining what happened, pretty much telling him, confirming what we thought,
yeah.
or what Vinicius said.
What he because he was by there, so
Yeah, he was by
You
there.
know, he speaks about how basically he heard what was said, calls out the player for saying what he said, and then now let's go
To the media.
Head into the media side.
Mind you, I'm gonna give you a perspective of two players. One is Thierry Henry, which is a famous French footballer, striker.
Yeah.
More like a winger, but let's say striker. And then Chilaver, who's Sudamericano from Paraguay, who was a goalie. We're gonna start with
Let's do Henry first.
Henry first.
What Vinicius Jr. is going through. That happened to me so many times on the field. I talked about it so many times after games. I've been also accused of looking for excuses after game when that happened to me. So at times you feel lonely because it's going to be your word against his word. And
Thanks.
so because we don't know what Prestiani has said, because he was very courageous because he put his shirt over his mouth to make sure that we're not going to see what he said. So clearly already you look suspicious.
Yep.
Because
Exactly what you
you
said.
don't want people to see or read what you said. Then the reaction of Vinicius is telling me that something not right
Yeah, facts.
happened. So we're gonna have to wait to see what's been said because we still don't know. Vinicius can tell us his side, and Cristiani, I'm sure, will not tell us.
Yeah, I mean, just
what
leaves that as
actually
a
said, because
he
I
said,
saw
she said.
movement.
And that's what sucks too, because of that part. Even like, regardless who you think happened, because se tapó la boca, and obviously the reason context for the game, the ref went to go talk to Vinicius because Vinicius was gonna leave the game. He's
Yeah.
like, bro, don't leave. I get you, you're mad, but you have to understand too. I believe you, right? Like I'm following the protocol, which is why I did it, but I can't give him a red card because there's no video of
there's no
this.
proof.
If he had it, I would send his ass home, right?
There's no proof.
Then after, okay, they start the game again, and the ref did go talk to him. He's like, hey, dude, you better think about what you're doing because if that shit happens, I'm sending you the hell out of here. Now, let me play the other side.
Yeah, play the other side.
And he, well, I'll just,
100% con vos, Chila. Ahora, entre Vinicius y Prestiani, ¿a quién le crees? Porque finalmente la palabra de uno y la palabra de otro.
Yo me solidarizo con Prestiani. ¿Por qué? Vinicio es el primero que va a insultar todo. Y uno mira la cámara donde dice cagón, cagón, le está repitiendo a Prestiani. Y otra cosa, ¿quién viene y se solidariza con Vinicius? Mbappé. ¿Mbappé qué puede decir? Él habla de valores, todo eso, y él vive con un travesti. No es normal.
What does that have to do with anything?
Cada uno puede hacer en su vida lo que quiera.
that's crazy.
What does that have to do
No,
with
un
anything?
hombre no es normal que viva con un travesti. Para eso es una mujer. Lo que uno puede tener al lado es tener una mujer.
Bueno,
What
cambiaron
does that
de
have to do
tiempo,
with
Chila, ¿no?
Man,
I think that's the worst. That's the worst
Bruh.
possible take anybody could have ever had.
oh my god,
I understand. I understand being on the other side of things, not siding with Vinicius, whatever your case may be. But like, what does Mbappe's who he lives with have anything to do with anything?
Nothing.
It's just a simple fact that like you don't like Mbappe or whatever the case may be is why you're saying that. Like, dude,
That's crazy.
who cares who he lives with? Who cares what the sexual orientation of that person is? We're staying the topic at hand. We're talking about the incident that happened between Vinicius and the Benfica player. It doesn't matter what somebody else's living situation is. And you're saying like, oh, Mbappe sided with him. Like, dude, he was close enough to hear what happened. Mbappe also mentions like, hey, Benfica players were also around. They heard what was said. You know,
They did, yeah, he did. Say that.
but the problem is, since his face was covered, you can't make out what he said. So then you can't really blame him for it. You're just kind of like, well, there's nothing we could do. That's what UEFA did, you know, and that's what the VAR did. And it just comes. I mean, you got to just chop it up to like, okay, you got a situation of he said, and now you just got to move on with it. Obviously, Vinicius is going to speak his mind. You're going to hear Prestiani say that, oh, yeah, I didn't say that, whatever. You're gonna have the likes of his teammates, Mourinho, who I lost respect for after like what he said, by the way. And it's just kind of, that's just what it is. Like
It is what it is.
you can't really.
I think, and you know, the sad part is I also saw on like, it's sad to say this, right? And I think certain things pass the lines. Like I said it the last podcast. I saw white people were racist. I saw black people. Now I'm seeing Latinos racist. Like, at the end of the day, the reason the world doesn't change because one, no one calls it out. Two, we try to justify it. Like, for instance, like what the fuck do you want me to say? Because is it Paraguay? He's Latino. I'm supposed to defend this stupid shit?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing that I was talking about last week. Like, you guys do this thing where like, oh, well, if it's a black person, you defend. If it's a white person, no, dude, like, fuck this piece of shit.
What's right is right.
Yeah, exactly.
You defend.
How do
right.
you defend this stupid shit? Like,
Yeah.
talking about transvesti, living with it. Like, what does that have to do with someone calling a guy a monkey?
No tiene nada que ver. No
Nothing.
tiene nada que ver con el fútbol, lo que pasó, el
Yeah,
incidente que
legit,
pasó,
nothing.
y nada que ver con nada. Like, you're just bringing up, like, if anything, that just shows your character. It shows what the issue with you is, like, problems that you have within that community, and that's fine. Those are your opinions, whatever. I mean, realistically, it's not fine, bro. Grow up.
That's fact.
But
you know, honestly,
keep those thoughts to yourself. Nobody else needs to hear it.
But
it's just stay on topic, bro. They asked you a question. Hey, who do you side with, Prestiani or Vinicius? Hey, yo estoy al lado de Prestiani porque
I believe him.
Yo siento que él está hablando la verdad. Yo siento que Vinicius está provocando, como dijo, and that's it. Leave it at that.
Yeah, leave it at that.
No reason to bring in Mbappe, who he lives with, their sexual orientation, nothing. Like, you create a whole different thing, and now it's like he's probably gonna go in the back burner and be like, hey, you know what? I don't understand why I'm getting all this backlash, since he's gonna get backlash.
You think he? No, I don't think so.
I think he will.
I don't think because I've seen a lot of Argentinians. Argentinians are still defending this.
No, pues sí, pues claro, like Argentina. No, I'm not talking about Prestiani. I'm talking about the.
No, but I'm saying Argentina's gonna defend him because
because they're defending them.
Because you said it's the right thing, right? But Pisanes and Argentinians, so they're like, oh no, like don't call him racist because I'm Argentinian. What does one thing to do with the other?
Yeah, no.
Like once again, if the guy's racist, we're saying that guy's racist. I brought up the national team because yes, you guys did that.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing up the team because y'all did that. I didn't just say all Argentinians are racist, but cool. If that's you're gonna be acting and defending them, puta, like if someone says that, then how are you gonna be mad if that's the way you react to it? And him too. You know what reminds me too, Chilaver? It reminds me when he spit at Roberto Carlos. I think it's the most disgusting thing ever. I say all the time.
Yeah.
Hit me, slap me, but I think the most disrespectful thing is spitting. No, it's like legit. Like legit. So I remember he did that too. I don't know. Like, I just think things won't change because no one calls out the bullshit. I think this is just bullshit. You could have said, hey, bro, you know what? It's hard for me to believe that someone would say something that's so egregious. I want to believe he didn't say that. Un ejemplo, right? And that's fine because like you said, it's you just want to believe that a human being wouldn't be that much of a piece of shit to say that. Correct? Cool.
The facts just show he said, but
exactly because even though I do agree with what Henry said, that is some cowardly shit to you
to cover yourself.
Right?
Obviously, that makes you look more guiltly
for sure.
You know, even if it can't be proven, obviously.
But that's my point. Because it's not proven, you say, you know what? I can understand both sides. I there's no visual evidence, so I don't want to side with either one of them. Cool. That is plausible.
Yeah.
But this bullshit, that's not plausible anywhere in any direction.
Yeah, no. You just gotta chop it up for what.
Well, let's go to a lighter topic. Puta, porque esta mierda como que
lighter topic for you. This topic is sad for me.
El corazón se me agita.
Yeah,
so you want to talk about the Super Bowl first? Or you want to talk about the whole Robert Kraft first?
No, it's just Robert Kraft. It's fine. I mean, well, not Robert Kraft. Belichick.
Well, we talked about the Super Bowl. Obviously, just quick. Remember, me and Ian talked about it. Obviously, it wasn't a great Super Bowl. It was kind of boring. It was. Patriots lost.
Sad.
But Patriots lost on the field and off the field.
Yeah, facts. I think it was by far the worst Super Bowl performance I've seen from a team in a long time, and that's saying a lot because I'm a Patriots fan.
Even over the Broncos and the Panthers.
Yeah, I think
no, sorry. You said team performance. I meant like Super Bowl. Sorry, I took the back.
Yeah, no, not Super Bowl. Just team performance.
Okay, that's fair.
I think the players that have been there, you could tell which Patriots players wanted to play, and you can tell.
So the defense.
You could tell. Mostly the defense, and you could tell like offensively, we were lacking. You know.
Yeah.
And we've been lacking all year. I mean, I told you like throughout the season, it's like, dude, I didn't even for me personally.
You didn't even make the playoffs.
Making the playoffs was a win. Anything
Above that?
past that,
Yeah.
any win past that was okay. Cool, we won. Let's go to the next one. I'm good if we lose. Because I know what my team had to offer to make it to the game, to the big game. And I told you this.
Yeah.
Bro, I was on the verge of like, should I be excited? Should I just be worried?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think we were prepared for it. I don't think we were ready.
You did tell me that.
I don't think we were prepared for it.
I think
But
I
I
think
was prepared. I was prepared to lose, mind you.
But hold up. But
I wasn't prepared to get whooped on. The way
Yeah,
we
that's
did.
true. But honestly, I understand what you're saying. Obviously, it's your team, so you feel it different than I would, a more objective outside looking in. I think Vrabel got his team ready to play because I think the defense showed out to play. Mind you, 3 quarters into that game, it was 9-0. All you needed was a touchdown and a field goal, and you were in the lead.
Yeah.
So I think he got them. It was just like you said, your offense is just one of those things where it's like, well, you haven't been playing good all year. You expect today to be the day that you just magically turn it on and everything
against the
turns.
number one defense. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they were the number one team overall for a reason.
Yeah.
And it showed. The Seahawks. Us, we were lacking all season long. We were lacking offensively. Clearly, it just showed much more on the Super Bowl because there's so many more eyes
On
to
you.
it, right?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things though. Like, I mean, as a fan, you just got to chalk it up to like, hey, Seahawks came out, did their thing. Sam Darnold came out, did their thing. By the way, shout out Sam Darnold. Nobody thought you were going to beat a lot of these other quarterbacks to your first Super Bowl. And dude, you just got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
It's something good. Overall, it was a good season to.
It was it was
build on.
It was.
Like I told you, the reason I thought we weren't going to do great in playoffs was because no previous experience. Now you didn't only get you didn't only get playoff experience. You went to a Super Bowl, so you got that experience as well.
Yeah.
It is true that some players can get past the mental defeat of losing the Super Bowl, but hey, the ones that can, you got to get back to work.
Well,
I still think Drake May is not. I mean, he's young, but on top of that, I still think he's probably top 10 quarterbacks in the league, and I think he'll figure it out. Like, I mean, you look back to what they were comparing him to before. I'll compare it again to him to TB12, Tom Brady. His first 3 Super Bowls, bro, he didn't win them himself. He was carried by the defense, and he did just enough to win them.
Yeah.
And he built off of that. The Super Bowls after that, dude, he was probably the one carrying the teams.
Yeah, for sure.
Part, So it's like there's still plenty of hope.
Yeah,
there's
it's
still plenty to look forward to.
As they say, it's called growing pains.
Yeah, plenty to look forward to.
And the problem with Patriots fans, it was not only were they getting growing pains in the field, off the field, even though I'm not going to say it's the first injustice I've seen, because since
it was just on and off the field.
Yeah. But the Hall of Fame happened.
Yep.
The voting happened.
Yep.
And 2 people were left off, not being first ballot.
Yep.
One of those being Bill Belichick, the second one being Robert Kraft. If I were to say this is the biggest robbery, no, well, it's not robbery. What would you say it? Biggest.
The biggest robbery in NFL is the 2007 season when we lost the undefeated.
No, but hold up. What would you can't say robbery because they didn't rob anything.
It was a script, dude.
Well, you know what I'm saying, right? The biggest
snub.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you. Snub
Thank you. Actually, I have a little pause for you because I was definitely thank you. Snub.
The biggest snub of all time.
It wasn't to me. It wasn't because to me where I started looking at the NFL differently, which is why when this happened, I wasn't so shocked. I'll be honest with you. Was T.O. T.O. was the first time where I was like, oh shit, they just let this guy not be a first ballot. Not only a first ballot, he had to wait twice. So he went in the third time.
Yeah, he went in the third time.
So I was like, cool, if that's the way you're moving. So this was the most shocking, but that doesn't mean this wasn't egregious or fucking stupid as fuck snub ever, which was Belichick and Robert Kraft are not first ballot Hall of Famers.
Here's my take on it as a fan.
That was crazy.
I'm okay with Kraft not being first ballot right now. Dude, you're still the owner of the team. It's not like you retired. It's not like you pass it down to your son, anything like that. You're still the owner, right?
Yeah.
You're still the active owner of the team. So for me, you not making it into the Hall of Fame right now as it stands, that's fine. Because realistically, where players and coaches have to wait till they retire to get in,
yeah,
same should be for the owners,
Yeah, I can see that.
So so that to me isn't as crazy. And to be honest with you, dude, you bought the team. You obviously you fund to be able to bring the players in, bring the talent and all that. So you clearly have something to do with it. But to say Bill Belichick,
This is our first
arguably,
ballot. Yeah.
arguably the greatest coach of all time. And
For sure,
the only
top
reason
two.
I say arguably is because there's other head coaches that have been like really great too.
Yeah.
There's the likes of Andy Reid right now who's like on a streak like no other. Even
Yeah.
though like forget their record last year or the last couple records, like it doesn't matter. It's just he's on a streak.
Well, Andy was a first ballot Hall of Fame coach before the rings.
Yeah.
So the rings
Facts,
just kind of
facts.
cemented it, but I was like, okay,
Facts.
cool. Like,
So just to just go back,
Yeah.
and think of Belichick not being in the first ballot
Yeah,
or first
stupid.
ballot worthy
Stupid.
is insane, dude. Like,
And when I was telling,
and a lot of people like in the media, because I saw this. A
You
couple
saw it?
times. A lot of people in the media are saying like, oh well, you got to look back at his record before, like he had Tom Brady, and it's like, okay, you want to talk about before he had Tom Brady? That's fine. You know, you could argue, hey, he won a Super Bowl under Bill Parcells. His record with the Browns, he was about to get kicked out. Oh, he was going to lose his job with the Patriots before Brady came along. Even that, he's going to lose his job with the Patriots before Brady came along is subjective because you don't know.
No, it's true.
The thing is to just say like he's straight up and just not worthy of Super Bowl. I mean, what's it called Hall of Fame worthy is insane to me because it's like, dude,
I think that's okay though, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think what you're saying, even though I disagree with it,
Yeah.
it's still a valid point, right? And the problem here is, cool, if that was the argument, I still think you would lose that argument, but cool, that's your argument. The problem here became, you said it's because, kind of like the T.O. situation, the things that happen off the field or in the field or near the field, not just like the actual minutes of play, can affect you. So they brought up Deflategate and they brought up Spygate, right?
Spygate, yeah.
And this is the problem that I have. Well, not a problem, but this is how it's going to go. Two things. So does that mean you're setting up for the situation that Tom Brady won't be also a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Because he has those same blips in his
the same blips, right? And not only that, this is the problem too. Even if you do that, this is why this is dumb. But you can't hold it to Tom Brady. I'm gonna tell you why. My question then would be: is Sean Payton a first ballot Hall of Famer? And is Drew Brees a first ballot? Oh wait, sorry, I can't say Drew Brees anymore because Drew Brees already got into the first ballot.
Yeah.
Drew Brees has bounty gate on his, right? And he benefited from that because if I was, let's say you say, oh well, Brady has those rings because cool, let's take away those rings. Brady's no, but hold up.
You can't even say that.
No, but hold up. But no, this is the point I'm trying to make.
Okay,
let's say you take those away because the whole Spygate thing, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Let's say it's 2 or 3 rings. He still has 4, and he's been to 6.
Yeah.
If I take away Breeze, that's all he had. That was the 1 year he won.
Yeah.
But he's the first ballot. And another thing too, if Sean Payton, if that's your thing about Belichick, I don't think Sean Payton is the first ballot Hall of Fame coach. But let's say he is. He can't get in either.
Nope.
And you better not make the stupid shit that Tom Brady's not a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback because you just let Drew Brees in. He only has 1 ring, and the 1 ring he has, it came from the fucking bounty game. So don't give me that bullshit either.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing. Like, if your argument is, oh, the whole Spygate defect, cool, right? But even then, if you take that away, Belichick still has what, 3 rings?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Cool. Let's say that doesn't
4.
matter. 4, right? No, 3.
Rings.
No, 3 because
4. Bill Parcells.
Well, that's true.
He has 7 rings too.
So I don't know. I just think it's dumb, in my opinion.
7 rings too.
Did it die?
The mic cut. No, the mic cut.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, I don't know. I just,
7 rings too is just
the one is like almost like assistant coach.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like, I just think it's stupid. And you're setting it up. And if I already thought it was stupid with T.O. not getting in first ballot Hall of Famer. Now you're doing Belichick. If Tom Brady, to me, who's the greatest quarterback, if he doesn't get in first ballot, I swear to God, I would honestly do this thing where I would boycott the NFL 1 year. Just 1 year because I always love the NFL. I would probably boycott it.
I think it's ridiculous to hold Bill out of it because of the whole Spygate and Deflategate.
Yeah.
Just off of those things alone. Because regardless, I mean, dude, it still goes back to like, dude, he led the freaking one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like history wise. I'm not talking about like right currently. I'm just talking about history.
Yeah, history wise.
He led one of the best teams in the NFL to two like different eras.
Yep. Once again, you're not getting an argument out of me.
It's just ridiculous, dude.
I
I
think
don't
it's
see
one of the dumbest things.
I don't see any way or any position where Bill doesn't make it into the isn't a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, I think.
and
I think
now
you're trying to be petty.
and I think you're right. Like I think it is one of those things where they are kind of aligning it towards Brady not being first ballot, and if they snub him, I think NFL as a whole loses so much credibility for the Hall of Fame.
But once again, you can't do that because of the Drew Brees. That's the perfect example.
No,
you can't say
not
it.
even just that, dude. I just think in general, bro. Like in general, like you then at that point you have to go back in history and talk about like all these other incidents. The Cowboys when they were in there, like when they were winning Super Bowls and all that. Like, dude, they had so much issues. Many issues going on outside of football.
Oh, no,
that
for sure.
had an effect. It's like if you go to that, like you got to go through
everybody,
and go back
and that's
to
the
like,
problem.
Hey, you know what? Let's restart this whole thing.
Look,
and it shouldn't lead to that.
I'm a Reggie White fan.
Yeah,
and I think he's the greatest defensive player.
Yeah,
most people would say it's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah,
I'm not here to shit on Lawrence Taylor. But if your argument is the outside things, and once again, I'm not bringing it up to be like I'm just saying like if that's your argument, like you're saying, then Lawrence Taylor shouldn't have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. How do you explain to somebody Lawrence Taylor is in the first ballot Hall of Famer because of the outside things he was doing? You brought up the Cowboys.
Yeah,
there's many incidents, but it's one thing it's as a player, and one thing like you can't mix the two.
Yeah,
right?
No, you can't.
And
you gotta keep it to football, to what happened when they were on the field, to what they actually did as a player, or as a coach in this case. And if you snub Bill Belichick in this case, who's to say you're not getting ready to snub Brady for the same reasons?
I think
it's ridiculous, dude. I think it's one of those things
I think
that
it's ridiculous.
That Bill, over the majority of people, deserve to be a first ballot.
Yeah,
like I mean, we talked about it all the time, where it's just like, dude, it should be. It's guaranteed, right? Like we used to say it all the time. It's guaranteed, right? He's getting in first ballot.
That's funny. We're talking about soccer. Guardiola. He has 3 Champions League. But one of those Champions League, everyone talks about the Chelsea game, 2009, Stamford Bridge. It's Obrero, right? Everyone knows the game.
Yeah.
So let's say it's a Hall of Fame. Soccer doesn't have it. Or maybe they do, but it's not as prestigious as
it's
NFL.
not the same.
But let's just say.
It's not the same because there's so many different bodies of like leagues and this.
Yeah.
And that.
So let's just say it comes out, boom, boom, 2009. Everyone knows about it and you repeat it, right? Chelsea and Barcelona.
Yeah.
Chelsea got robbed. And then because of that, they didn't know Guardiola get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like think about that. How stupid that sounds. Right?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Cause I mean, it should be based,
one of those, bro.
It should be.
You know what?
Again, hey, no. Look, to go back to just earlier in this podcast, it should be based on your body of work.
Yeah.
Not on, pues pasó esto, or off the field, this person, blah, blah. Like, no, it should just be based solely on your body of work. And Bill Belichick's body of work, whether people like it or not. Because the majority of the people that vote are reporters.
Yeah.
Right? How many reporters can you actually say like Bill? Like truthfully, probably just a handful. Why? Because he's always monotone. You know, he didn't give you answers.
He thinks the questions are stupid.
He kept very political. Like he made mockery out of a lot of these guys, right? So who's to say some of these guys just voted the other way?
Yeah.
Because hey, he snubbed me that time. Like it'll be funny because of me, he doesn't make it in.
You know what? I'm gonna end the podcast like this, and I want you guys to really think about this. I'm gonna end it legit. You think I'm not joking? I'm gonna end it like this. I said Guardiola, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to bring up Messi. Now, I want you to think about this. Mind you, this is episode 44.
Yep.
I'm Giovanni. This is Ulises. I want you to think about this about Messi. If your argument is going to be the same thing, let's say there was a Hall of Fame, like I said, Messi.
Yep. So
Messi shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Should it?
Because I know for a fact there's Balones de Oro that he didn't deserve. One. Copa America used to be every 4 years. Became every 2 years, 1 year because of him. That's a fact. The World Cup was the World Cup. You saw it. You saw the Holanda game. You saw the France game. You saw the penalties. Like I need to talk about it. You also saw right now the whole Negreira case with Barcelona still happening. That's a league that's domestic. And I just brought up the whole Chelsea. That's Champions League. So I just brought you 5 different places where Messi has been helped, right?
Yep.
So by that argument, Messi's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. And with that, I want you to think about it and tell you how stupid that sounds. Or maybe not saying stupid, because it depends on what side you fall on. But I just want you to recognize how, if we're going to do that, we do that with everybody. Not just, we're not just pick and choose how we feel about that.
Yep.
And with that, I sign off. And like I said, this is Giovanni Interior Show. This is episode 44. I'll see you guys next time.
Peace.